did not judge them enough to say, at least I have a friend, I have support from somebody, one person that I know that is not going to judge me. I am not that way, but this was what happened to me. So
Yeah.
Jacinda, you're mute. Are you done, Jacinda?
Mute.
it needs to be spoken about. If you can't talk about it, send an email. We would respond. We would reach out to you to help you heal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's an important point Jacinda just made there, guys, because this is not just about women. We are hearing from men too. Men have joined our life as well, where they have been bold enough. Because imagine we as women, we are ashamed to talk about it. I mean, imagine men. Men don't talk about a lot of things. And some of us have men, have partners, have husbands who have experienced that, and they've never spoken about it. Either the house help, either the nanny, either someone, we know of them. We know there's so many, and they're not talking about it. So this is the time that we need to encourage one another in our community, that it's nothing to do with us. It's not our shame. The perpetrators of this crime are the ones who should be ashamed, not us as children who were taken advantage of by adults, by older adults, and then we're the ones left to feel the shame. We shouldn't. Let's break the silence. Let's break the culture, guys.
Yeah, and we can, and it's gonna fall on our shoulders to break this. Because which other platform do you have that is actually talking about this real shit? Talking about child abuse, talking about the incompetences of black men, the poor choices of black women. It's a communal effort. Yes. If we don't come together and speak on this real shit that every one of us can relate to, it may not have happened to us, but we definitely know people who this has happened to. Like almost every black woman that I've spoken to, she'll be like, "Oh my God, Kingsley, I've been essayed. Every girl I know has been essayed." I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on? Jesus, almost everyone. I've been essayed. I know this girl, she's been essayed. I'm like, it's like a normal thing now. It's like, we just like, essayed, whatever. You've been essayed. I'm like, what? No, it's not normal. It's not common. It's not. Everybody keep your hands to your fucking self, for God's sake. And again, there's a reason. There's a big reason why I'm focusing on the parents.
Yes.
You understand? I focus on we need to blitz the parents.
Yeah.
Because they are the biggest enablers. They are the biggest enablers. I know somebody close to my family, her husband put his hands on her. Guess what the mother of this girl told her? Her husband put her hands on this woman. The mother of the woman who got hit told the girl, the woman was crying. No, her mother was crying. Not because the man hit her daughter. The mother was crying because she didn't want to be the mother of a woman that divorced her husband. Can you imagine that fucking shit? Oh man, Jesus. You guys can imagine how I was pissed. God. But I would have beat the crap out of that woman, I swear to God. Your daughter was beaten to the point of unconsciousness, and all you can think of was, oh no, I don't want to be the mother of a woman that divorced. Your daughter is almost dead. What? That was why, and the girl told me, she was like, that's why, she told me, she said, Kingsley, that's why I just left.
Yeah.
Because her own mother, she doesn't talk to her mother anymore. I said, I don't blame you. Fuck your mom. She's a piece of shit. Yeah. Your mother is a toxic woman. Your mother is a toxic bitch. I said what I said. For her, as a woman, as a mother,
yep,
your daughter has been beaten to the point of death, and all you can think of is not, oh, my daughter almost got unalived. But you're crying because you don't want to be the mother of a girl.
Yes.
That divorced her husband. Somebody's telling me, please take it easy with your words. Well, fuck you, June. I said it. June, I'm telling you to fuck you and fuck off. What about my words? June, this is my words to you. Fuck you and fuck off. How's that?
In the wrong place.
You're in the wrong place. Fuck off. I use my words.
Yeah.
No, fuck off, June. Nonsense. Your mother is a bitch. If she's gonna do that to you, if the moment your mother sides with your abuser, your mother is a bitch. Period. Quote me. I'm gonna say it again. Should I say it again, people? The moment. Let's listen to me. The moment your mother or your father sides with the person that has abused you, your parents are a bitch. They deserve to rot in hell. Period. The moment your mother sides with your abuser, physical abuser, sexual abuser, your mother is a bitch. She deserves to rot in hell. She should lose all the privilege of calling her your mother. Period. Anybody, don't let anybody use Bible, religion. That's a lie. Fuck religion. If you're gonna use religion to justify abuse, then you are just as toxic as the abuser. End of story. End of and these are the kind of conversations we must have. These are the kind of conversations we must have in the black community, especially with the black African community, because it's this silence. It's people like June who's watch your words, don't talk like that, protect. You are the problem, but you don't see how much of a problem you are. Because a lot of, see, again, people like June, the reason I don't like your comment is because this is a very enabling comment. Watch your words. Don't say that. Oh, watch your words. Be nice, be respect. What should I be respectful about? You are the problem, not me. Because you are creating an environment of either you're silent or just be tolerant. That's what you are doing. That's what your comment is doing. I am ripping off the lid.
Yeah.
I am ripping off the lid.
Yeah.
But you are trying to temper everything. You are the problem. You are not as good as you think you are. What's your words? What's my words for what? Yeah. I'm speaking against abuse in the black community. What should I watch my words for?
On your platform.
Let me lie. Do you see how terrible you are as a person? Do you see who you are as a person? Do you see how insidious? Do you see how enabling Africans are? Watch your words. Don't say that. Be respectful. Of who? Of abusers? Of abusers enablers? Come on.
Yeah. And this is the problem we have in our community, Kingsley. This is the problem. Like what someone just said there about when you say it as it is, they say you must be respectful. This is the biggest problem we have. We're sugarcoating things. We don't say things as they should be said. And that is why the abuse is going on. That's why we see even in the diaspora, because believe it or not, this is not just Africa we're talking about. In the diaspora, we see so many churches, black churches, kids, teenagers are being abused in the churches by so-called fake men of God. Their mothers are protecting the so-called men of God than their own children. We as mothers, we need to do more to protect our children. We need to, but we're not, because so many are protecting the churches, the men of God, instead of protecting their children. And they're watching the children go through abuse, watching the children suffer in silence, because they rather, protect the church, protect the man of God. Oh, don't tell anybody about it. Don't say anything about it. Do you know who that man is? What shame that would bring to us? Instead of the man who is abusing your daughter, abusing your sons. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It is a shame. Kingsley, what you said about this lady, the same shit myself. Yeah. And because of all I've been through, that's why I'm so rebellious with everything. You give me the slightest thing, it doesn't suit well with me, I would rebel. I remember when I was going through mine, and my mother was here with me. And then she said to me, please do not leave this person, because I would be told that I came here and did not make things up between you and your then partner. So I will be the mother of, and just you leaving your partner. And I said to her, Mom, I don't care. If I'm not happy, I would rather leave than stay in it. So she said to me, okay, what I'm going to do is when I go back home, then you can do that. And trust me, the day my mom left, the following day, I picked up my daughter and I left the relationship then. And up to today, I have not turned my back. I've got no regrets, because I did it not only for myself, but I did it for my child then too, for her not to see that it's a pattern and it's a norm to endure abuse in the hands of her partner. So we are the parents, or we choose to accept failure from the extended family. My mom is married, I'm not married, and I don't know if I will get married. I'm not fussed about getting married. You understand? But I have to do what is right for me. It's either you accept my decisions or you leave me alone. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly. So, and this is something that I'm saying, right? Like, there's a whole thing to this. There's a whole thing to this. I want you guys to see how insidious this problem goes. Africans would rather want you to keep your mouth shut than to actually expose the rot that goes on in the community. Look, see, there's a reason why I go harsh on people like that, June, because they don't see what they're doing. They don't see what they're doing. They don't see it. But a lot of Africans will focus on the person complaining about abuse than challenge the abuser. Why are you telling me to watch my words?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you telling me that? You guys see this now? Take that comment from June and now take that into the day-to-day life. A young African boy, a young African girl, they will tell her to watch her words. Do you see why I'm so angry at that comment? Do you see why I'm so angry at that comment? Do you see why I'm so angry at that comment?
Yeah.
Because that is somebody's reality every single day. Watch your words. Don't talk like that about your senior brother. Don't talk like that about your senior sister. Don't talk like that about the pastor. Watch your words. Don't talk like that about your principal, your teacher. No, don't talk like that about it. That's what I'm talking about. Because this is the kind of culture that encourages bad behavior, because everybody's keeping quiet. Either they're turning a blind eye, ignoring it, and that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work unless we as the black community open up the lead. You're swearing and kids listening. It's okay. Look at you. You're a fucking idiot, June. I've lost all respect for you. You're more concerned about you're more concerned about me talking. You're more concerned about my tone than a real shit that's going on. Talking about your swearing. What kids are listening? See, I wonder what kids are here. Be honest. What kids are here, you idiots? You're probably the kind of person that encourages abuse in your space. You fool. You idiot. What kids do you think is gonna be here? You bum. You degenerate. Kids are listening. Kids are listening. That's what you say. You say one thing with black Africans, we like to act good. What good? What good? You're probably an abuser yourself, idiot. What good? You're not going to heaven, which probably doesn't even exist anyway. Which kids are here? Which kids are here? Kids are listening. Why don't you talk about the kids that are getting touched up and felt up by your pastors and your parents and everybody else in your community? Talking about you're talking to me on TikTok. You fool. Nonsense. You piss me off, man. If I see one more comment from me, I'm blocking you. You idiots. You guys are focused on the wrong things. We are calling out abusers. They are focused on my tone and the words I'm using. Look at you. That's why, for example, some of you have all the energy to tamper Africans. The politicians that are stealing your money, you won't talk to them directly, but you will talk to me though. You won't. Where's all this energy for? Why don't you go and tell your politician to, don't steal money? No, you will take the money, put in your pocket, and go to church and pray and kneel. Oh yes, sha. Meanwhile, the corrupt politician money is in your pocket. Hypocrites like you fucking idiots, piece of shit. And we're talking about abuse. You don't focus on abuse. You focus on the tone of the person speaking on the abuse. Because everybody has misplaced priority in the black community, right? Sorry about that. Go ahead, dear.
Jacinda, were you talking?
No, I agree with what Kingsley is saying. It's just the hypocrisy behind it, because this is like them would not support children or young girls or boys going through abuse because of speaking or outcalling the perpetrators, you understand? And if somebody's there telling, watch your voice, it just shows you what some of us have been through, because they encourage to speak about it, you understand? So through her circle or her child comes and says, Mommy, this is what this person has done to me. She has just shown a typical example of what she would say. Watch what you say. No, I don't believe this. You understand? You contributed towards that person doing this or that to you. It's something that it's ongoing for generations. It needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Dealt with. Whether they like it or not, it needs to be
telling me to watch my toes. That piss me off.
It's wrong. We are not going to sugarcoat this anymore. We're not going to sweep this underneath the rug anymore. We are going to support, we are going to encourage every victim of A to speak up, to say, you are not alone. We are together. Names. Don't look at what mom says or what dad says. They're going to be your parents forever, whether they like it or not. But it's up to you as an adult to choose whether you want to have a relationship with them or not. Like mine, My mom and I have a distant relationship because of all the things I have been through. And sometimes it bothers me to say, what did I do wrong? That I had to undergo so much trauma. And she still has never apologized up to this present day. It's that she wants to blame me for being rebellious. And I'm not having it. I say it as it is. And I encourage my own kids, anybody that comes around me, to say, speak up. If you're not happy, let somebody know. A phone call away. That's what I say to my girls that are around. To say, you know something, it's my number. Call me. Talk to me. I am with you. I would listen. I would support you. You're not alone. You call things by their name. This is too much.
Exactly.
They want to be a child. Let the kids grow. An adult should not see a child as a sexual object. Stop doing that. It is wrong.
And I think one of the problem is as well, because in our culture, you know, it's like African women, African men, we're strong, we're resilient, you know, we can face anything, we can deal with anything. And that is what is destroying us today, because a lot of us have experienced abuse. And when we're talking about abuse, we're not just talking about the abuse that some of us have been through. We're talking about physical abuse as well. Physical abuse. Justina was saying, some of us were beaten, a lot of us were beaten black and blue for no reason. Parents just took their anger on us for doing nothing. The slightest thing that you did, they will beat the hell out of you. They will leave marks on your body. They will go and buy the biggest cane. They will use their belt. They will use their shoes. They will use anything to hit you. And that is why today some of us as adults, some adults have low self-esteem, no confidence in themselves because of those beatings. So you might not have experienced the abuse, but you would have experienced a lot of other abuse, neglect. A lot of us raised ourselves. The lot of adults who we raised ourselves, nobody cares about you. What you do, what you don't do, nobody gives a damn about that. And these are the conversations that we need to have, because like what Kingsley, what you said, so many times people tend to use Christianity, use the Bible. Now, my mother, I'm from Sierra Leone, and anybody who knows I'm from Sierra Leone will probably know my mother. My mother is a pastor. She says she's a pastor. But like I said, I do not have a relationship with my mother. And it's like 5 years now. We're not on speaking terms. And I'm happy. I've never been happier. I've never been at peace with myself, because all the time when that woman is in my life, it's one problem after the other. It's one problem after the other. It's never happy. It's never happy moments. It's just toxic. The relationship is really, really bad. And yet I get people with everything that I have been through, that I've been outspoken about, that I've talked about, trying to help and support others. You get people who then say, oh no, but that's your mom. That's your mom. If she didn't give birth to you, you wouldn't be here. That's your mom. I said, well, if I was not strong enough, I probably even wouldn't be here, because to think that at age 9, I tried to kill myself because I watched my mother watch me go through abuse and did nothing. Did nothing. She protected. My mother always protected herself and her marriage and my siblings. And somebody made a comment and said, oh, have you thought about maybe it's because she never got hugs? No.
Please.
I never got no hugs as a child, but I am the most loving mother to my 3 kids. My kids have the best mother they could ever wish for, and they tell me that every day. I could have gone the same way as my mom did, but I changed the narrative. I said, even though I didn't get love from my mother, I'm going to make sure I give my kids the best love, and that's how it's supposed to be. So there's no excuse. It's a choice. It's a choice that we make, and it's also our choice to say, my mother is toxic. I don't want her in my life. Stop quoting scriptures to people. Stop telling people about Bible verses about respect. It's got nothing to do with that. If somebody gives me love, I'm going to give it back to you. I don't care who you are. If you don't give me love, I'm not going to give it to you, because the Bible says respect your mother. There's nothing to do with respect. I'm respecting her. That's why I'm keeping away from her. And we need to realize that. That's what it means.
Exactly. And I'm